Hey everybody, thank you for coming. Today, what we're going to look at is why exercise is so important. And I know in my last video I said it's an 80-20 split between diet and exercise as far as importance is concerned. But here's the thing, if you exercise, you're going to get these benefits. You're going to get improved health and longevity. It's going to boost your energy like nothing else in the world. So if you eat a lot of sugar, you're going to feel this huge boost, but then you're going to crash and probably want to go to sleep. If you drink a lot of caffeine, you're going to get this huge lift, but then you're going to come crashing down. Okay. With exercise, you get a huge lift, but there's no crash. There's a boost in energy without a crash, which is why exercise is incredibly important. It reduces the risk of disease, which I myself thought was weird. When I was fighting cancer, I found out the doctors wanted me to exercise. Even when I was on chemotherapy and I couldn't imagine just to walk around the block, I had to force myself to get up and walk around so that my health would improve. And because it boosts energy, it makes you relaxed and calm. It's actually going to enhance the quality of your life. Okay. Now, exercise is nature's medicine. Regular physical activity strengthens the heart, lungs, muscles, bones, and immune system. So it is good for every single part of your body. You are a living being that was created with movement in mind. So have you ever been sitting on the couch and you watch like two movies in a row on Netflix and you didn't get up for any reason, and then you finally get up to get a glass of water and your whole body hurts? It's because we weren't designed to sit still in one position for very long. Okay. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Okay. If you exercise regularly, you will burn more calories. And if you burn more calories, that means you can eat more. So if you exercise 5 times a week for 1 hour a day, instead of only being able to eat 1,500 calories, you will be able to eat between 1,800 and 1,900 calories. And believe me, that 300 to 400 calorie boost per day makes all the difference in the world from being hungry and being satisfied. Um, so exercise it increases your daily calorie expenditure. It's going to help with weight management and it preserves lean muscle when paired with resistance training. Okay, so this is very important. As we lose weight, we're also going to want to build up our muscles. So instead of doing an hour of aerobics 5 days a week, maybe you do 30 minutes of aerobics and 30 minutes of resistance training 5 days a week. Therefore, you're burning excess calories, you're metabolizing fat, but at the same time, you're increasing your cardiovascular health and increasing your lean muscle mass, which means the more muscle mass you have, the more you're going to be able to metabolize inactive mass, such as fat. Okay. Now, burn extra blood sugar. So, if you have a large meal, okay, it's not going to kill your diet depending on the foods that you chose. But just because you have a large meal, your blood glucose level is going to rise. Even if you only have like 30 grams of carbs, it's going to rise your blood sugar level. So working muscles will use the glucose for fuel. It's going to help lower your blood sugar after meals, and it will improve insulin sensitivity. So if you have a meal Go for a walk. Take a 30-minute walk after your biggest meal. Let's say you have a good lunch. You could either, well, what you're going to want to do is the resistance training. You're going to want to do that before breakfast because it's really good to end your fast with resistance training and then having a meal. Um, that's going to help you with your insulin sensitivity and it's going to help you burn excess glucose from your blood. Okay. Now, this is the exciting part. For those of us, this is geared for people over 40, both women and men. And a common trait once you get over 40 is your blood pressure will start to rise. There's a lot of reasons for that. The biggest reason is too much salt, not enough potassium. Potassium is the electrolyte that will make your blood vessels nice and loose, not loose, sorry. It'll allow your blood vessels to stretch better. So when you're taking magnesium or you're eating green leafy vegetables that are rich in magnesium, you really want that potassium in there to make your blood vessels more flexible and to counteract the damage that the salt does. Salt actually constricts your blood vessels and it makes them harder, less flexible. Therefore, they dilate a lot less, which increases your blood pressure quite a bit. Okay. And so, as the slide says, you exercise, whether it's aerobic or resistance training, promotes vasodilation, the widening of your blood cells, improves your circulation, and reduces the strain on your heart. That's right. Not only does it reduce the strain of your heart because your blood pressure is lower, but your heart is operating on a better level. So you'll notice your resting heart rate gets lower and lower and lower. When I first started this last year, my resting heart rate was 85 beats per minute. Now it's between 55 and 60 beats per minute. That's quite a drop, okay? Um, but my heart is operating on a completely different level. All the strain has basically been taken off of it. My blood pressure's lower. I eat a lot less salt every day. I make sure I get enough potassium and magnesium. So my cardiovascular system is happy, happy, happy. And I want yours to be happy as well. Now, exercising regularly will improve your digestive health, stimulates healthy gut motility. This is super important. Gut motility, that means that the muscles are stimulating your stomach, forcing your stomach to move around and releasing digestive enzymes so you can better digest your food. It helps prevent constipation. If you're constipated right now and you're not exercising regularly, start exercising regularly and see how quickly you become unconstipated. And of course, with that, it supports regular bowel movements. So not only does it prevent you from being constipated, you'll start to notice that you're going to the bathroom around the same time every day. This is very important for a healthy digestive system. That's why a lot of times when you go to your doctor, your primary care doctor, they want to know when you had your last bowel movement because unfortunately, our American culture, don't get me wrong, I love my country. However, we have a very relaxed style of life, and it's a very unhealthy style of life. And with that comes constipation, irregularity. Sometimes you're constipated, sometimes you have diarrhea. It's a very uncomfortable way to live. It strengthens your body. So if you're doing aerobic exercise, that's strengthening your cardiovascular system, but it's also strengthening muscles, tendons. It even increases your bone mass. Okay. Don't think regular aerobic activity doesn't build muscle because it does. It really, really does. Um, I just I can't tell you how important regular aerobic activity is. Okay. Um, it also improves your balance and your mobility. So I'm 56 years old. So I'm at the age where if I stand up too fast, I can fall down and really hurt myself. However, this past year, well, not this past year, this past 4 months, I have not had that problem because I exercise regularly and it really improved my balance and my mobility. Because I like to stretch before and after I do a workout, even if it's resistance training, if it's aerobic, I will stretch. And I stretch on my days off too. The days that I don't exercise, I make sure to stretch in the morning and again in the evening to really help my mobility and to help guard against injury that may incur if you're exercising and you're not warmed up. All right. Boost brain and mood. Okay. This is a big one for a lot of people. You ever feel depressed or cranky or something's bothering you? You don't know what? You need to get up and move around. You need to exercise. Okay. Because exercising releases endorphins. Endorphins is the body's natural high. Okay. It'll make you feel all is well with the world. It helps you to reduce your stress levels. It helps you to literally metabolize your stress and deal with it on a whole completely different level so that you're not taking it so personally. You're not going from calm to stressed out in less than 60 seconds. Okay. And it definitely improves your focus and your sleep. I sleep a lot better the days that I exercise than I do when the days I don't exercise, the quote unquote rest days. I don't sleep very well on rest days because my body really likes that exercise. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Easy ways to get started. Walk every day. I I recommend you walk after your largest meal. For a lot of us, that's dinner. But for me, because I practice regular fasting, it's breakfast. Breakfast, 9 times out of 10, is my largest meal. So it's important that I go on at least a 30-minute walk after breakfast. Lift weights 2 to 3 times per week. You really want to build muscle. And I know you ladies out there are like, I want to look feminine, not masculine. Just because you're adding muscle doesn't mean you're going to look masculine. Okay. Um, that muscle that you're building is going to help increase the quality of your life. Believe me. All right. Whenever you can, take the stairs and please, please, please be consistent. Okay. Um, when you walk, like I said, after your largest meal, but before you walk, do a nice little stretch. Okay. Get your joints lubricated, get your muscles going so that you're ready to walk without hurting yourself. And please, by all means, stay consistent. If you don't think you can walk 5 days a week, then start 3 days a week. If you don't think you can walk 30 minutes straight, then walk 20 minutes straight. Walk 10 minutes in one direction, turn around and go back home. It's that easy. You don't need a membership. You don't need to pay money. It's just about the easiest thing in the world to take a walk after your biggest meal. Okay. Final thought. Exercise burns calories, it burns excess blood sugar, it supports healthy blood pressure, improves digestion, and helps you live a much longer, healthier life. So I implore you, get started today, right now. Once you're done watching this video, go for a walk. And you don't have to have a gym membership to practice resistance training. You can do resistance training with your natural body weight. If you download the Nike app, they have high intensity interval training that builds muscle because it's a lot of resistance training in there, but it Doesn't cost you any money. It's a completely free app. The workouts are completely free. They're done by Nike certified coaches, and you will build muscle and increase your cardiovascular system as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that, and I wish everyone a long and healthy life. Thank you for watching.